Hello, you are listening to On The Topic podcast, and this week I'm an absolute grot bag. I'm Dan.
And this week I am rocking the decongestants. I'm Alex, and you joined us for another On The Go.
Yeah.
And we're on the way, actually, for first time ever, doing something a little bit different this time, aren't we, Dan?
Yes.
On the way to is it the 30th MCU film? I read somewhere it's 30.
Could well be.
Which is absolutely bonkers with crossover, I think. Wakanda Forever. Black Panther.
Looking forward to it. Did you bring tissues? Just in case?
Yeah, that's more for my nose than it is for my eyes.
Same.
But yes, I have managed to avoid quite a few spoilers. I think most websites are saying that tomorrow is the day when spoilers start getting released.
Oh, good for us. We've done it just in time.
I think we managed to avoid most of those. Anticipated thoughts, things looking forward to, worries, concerns, Dan?
Well, this is the end of phase 4. I'm quite looking forward to it. It's a big one, 2.5 hours long.
Yeah.
I am expecting it to be emotional. I think it'll be real life portrayed in movie format.
Do you reckon?
I mean, we've said it before, you know, the loss of Chadwick Boseman is immeasurable.
It is. Do you reckon they'll perhaps show the character coming to an end, or do you think they'll have it a little bit more, I don't know if it's the right word to use, poetic, or something a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more personal perhaps to paying homage to the actor?
I suppose I'm intrigued to know how they're going to deal with it. It's obviously going to be done in like a well-mannered way.
Yeah, well, it's got to be quick, because you can't really drag it out if the actor's not around, can you?
No.
So.
Well, I saw a post actually today, and someone said Ryan Coogler, who's directed the film,
yes,
has brought us the 2 best MCU villains.
I saw that as well. Was it the superhero hype or?
Yes.
Yeah, I did see that. I did click on it for obvious reasons.
So I'm actually intrigued to see what they do with Namor.
Who originally was, the original founder of the Avengers back in the 60s.
Yes.
So it's nice to see him on screen. And I think for me, that's probably what I'm most looking forward to, is seeing how he is depicted. Because, of course, in the DCEU, the now quashed extended universe for DC, they have Aquaman. They've kind of done it. What is the MCU's kind of answer to that? I'd be interested to see how they differ. So I'm really looking forward to that character. He's been around for a while.
Guy's got wings on his ankles. He's obviously going to be flying around as well as swimming.
He's going to be effing some S up. So I'm really looking forward to it. And as you say, I think it'll be quite heartfelt. But aside from that, I have zero expectation, Dan. To be honest, I don't really want to get involved or embroiled in any kind of controversies about who is now Black Panther, who isn't.
Yeah, who cares?
Who cares? Let's just not get on with it, but let's continue with the story and let's see where it takes us. So
I think, given the film posters, etc., we know who Black Panther's going to be.
Well,
I know a lot of people were saying,
there are some twists though, Dan. There are some twists.
Are there?
Yeah, and I don't know what they are, but apparently there's some interesting twists with not who we might think naturally is going to be Black Panther. I don't know how that plays into a part and what that means. So I don't think we've seen it all, Dan. Well, we can obviously tell our listeners something a little bit more about that in probably a couple of minutes' time when we fast forward into the future. Spoiler free, of course.
Yes.
But I think there's still plenty that this film can give us. Oh, there's a lorry going past, guys. Brace yourselves.
This is really exciting. Walking through Old Portsmouth.
AMSR? ASMR? AS?
It's big.
It's
big enough to carry a T-Rex in, I know that much.
That's it. Well, it is, yes. Quite. That's a lorry off to the Isle of Wight as we're walking into Gunwharf. Of course, usually it's on the way home, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. So we've done something slightly different to our usual on the go. So we're just doing a little pre-watch review, and then we'll do a spoiler-free one at the end. And then
do the big
next week or so we'll do the big review. Yeah. One of my favourites, break everything down, having that time to digest what we'd watched.
Oh yeah.
This is 2.5 hours, like I say. No expectations. And to be honest, to round off Phase 4 is going to be a relief, and hopefully Phase 5 kicks it all off.
I never really thought I'd say this, just to kind of finish the section of the episode, but I agree, Dan. Phase 4, I wouldn't say go as far as getting to see, but I wouldn't say I've enjoyed it as much as the first 3. I've got to say. So I'm looking forward to this one being well rounded off, and as we then have a nod towards Ant-Man kicking off Phase 5, I think I'm quite keen to get this over and done with.
Was it yourself that said Phase 4 felt like finishing the big boss, and then it's just like a load of side quests?
I didn't, but that's a great analogy, and I think that's exactly right.
Well, I can't remember where I saw or heard that, but yes.
Let's just say it was me, because I think those are wise words. You've leveled up, you've maxed out the main storyline. Oh, we're going to go watch someone here. As we're walking around with two microphones joined together, like conjoined twins of podcast variety. Let's see how this one finishes off Phase 4 as we look towards Phase 5.
Yes, indeed. And I'm also going to throw in a disclaimer. I know people have probably heard that we're both germ bags. Don't worry, guys, it's not coronavirus or anything.
No, we tested.
Just a normal cold, which is probably my first in God knows how many years.
Yeah, I think 5 months for me, so I think it's a minor record for the last family household. I was going to say was Dan, before we part with our listeners temporarily and play some lift music, recliner seats. We're going to special view. This is going to age us now because people in years to come say that's not new. That's standard. But we're going to brand new recliner seats in a very small cinema screening. So I'm looking forward to it.
It's going to be a comfortable watch.
It is. So for a small short interlude, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to go off to cinema and we'll see you in a couple of moments.
Indeed. Right, and we are back after, a 2.5 hour interlude for us.
For a short wee break for some.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been mere moments for you guys. Just a bit like the blip, Dan, really, because
just back in action,
isn't it? In true fashion, we are back in normal territory, wandering. Quite a quiet gun wharf at the moment, isn't it?
Smells a bit funky around here, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, let's go this way. But you may pick up the sounds of the wildlife as we traverse the upper decks, as we gaze upon a very lovely Christmas tree. We haven't done this during Christmas before, have we?
No, we really haven't. I say, nice Christmas tree, lots of little lights everywhere. Spin a Katara, little apple blue.
It's a bit beautiful, isn't it? A bit romantic with the old twinkling lights. But we're not here for that. We're here for our spoiler-free review of Black Panther 2: Wakanda Forever. Dan, thoughts?
Wow. So I put out on my personal stories on Instagram yesterday. If anyone's seen it, give me your feedback, etc. And Gemma, who I definitely upset last year in our Black Widow review. Do you remember?
I vaguely, yes. I think she's got her own back today.
Yeah, but I said, do I need tissues? She went, no.
She lies.
She lied. I was a blubbering mess by the end of it.
Now it's 2022, Dan, and modern males as we are, we're not afraid to mention from time to time we're in touch with our inner feelings, and I think in the first 5 minutes there was a couple of solitary tears rolling down my cheek, and I'm sure the same for you as the closing screens were rolling.
Didn't quite break me in those first 15-20 minutes, nearly got me, but it was those final moments at the end of the film, definitely got me.
Indeed. But overall, Dan, we were talking before we pressed record. I think, bar No Way Home, that was probably one of the best of Phase 4.
Yeah, arguably, emotionally, it was just phenomenal.
Yeah.
My real highlights, there's some powerful acting in this. Regardless of what you think of Letitia Wright outside of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
We are going to have to talk about that in the review, but yes, you're right.
Her acting is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And kudos to Angela Bassett. Powerful acting.
Is that the mother?
The mother, yeah.
There's lots of use of sound, music, as there was the first one. We're not spoiling it for anyone, but I think that the power of silence was really quite palpable in this, and they worked it so well in terms of the loss of T'Challa. So I think it dealt with the loss of Chadwick Boseman very well. Let's hang a left round here. Round the new Christmas shacks that have just been erected for the Christmas period here in Gunwharf. Selling, this one's hot chocolate.
Waffles.
Or waffles. Are you a waffle man?
Oh, I do love it. Do love a good waffle, bit Nutella.
We've got the Home Spa, whatever the God knows that is. We've got Old Delhi Moonshine.
Sounds a bit dodge.
It does. I like a bit of moonshine, but we're not here for that. No. I think it dealt with the passing Chadwick Boseman very well, and they had to tackle it as they did. I think they did it amicably, if that's the right word to use. Probably isn't in the first 10 minutes. Can't get away from that. There was some unexpected familiar faces we can't really talk about until we get into the review, because that is a spoiler.
Yep.
But that's quite welcome, I think, from my perspective. And I think the way which the film ended, I reserve the right to change my mind, but I think at the moment it was quite a well-rounded ending.
Yeah, for sure. Something that happened in the final battle scene, again, I won't spoil it, but something happened that I didn't expect to happen, and we'll go more into that in the big review.
Okay.
I'll talk to you about it when we go off there.
Even I'm intrigued, listener. But yeah, a good ending, Dan. I guess one of my final questions is a good ending for Phase 4, because the third. I need to do my research, obviously, but I think that is the 30th film, or at least outing for the MCU. Was that a good bookend to Phase 4? Given our thoughts, we haven't hidden behind what our thoughts of Phase 4. Was it fitting? Was it the right finale? What do you think?
I think it rounds it off quite nicely,
Well, hang on, this guy's getting a picture.
You're
okay.
Thank you. Just try not to photobomb here, ladies and gents.
Interrupting a very fine, dapper-looking young man in front of the Christmas Ferris wheel.
Yeah, it's like a little fair down here.
It's lovely.
What we were saying, No Way Home.
Good ending.
Starting to rain, brilliant.
The good ending to Phase 4?
Yeah, it's an emotional one as well.
Yeah.
I don't think you could have ended Phase 4 in any other way, especially after the passing of Chadwick Boseman. If you're going to put it somewhere in the middle of Phase 4, I just don't think it would have had the same impact.
No, I agree. Because by the end of that, you would have, no offence, but you would have forgotten the impact and the severity of the situation. And of course, Ant-Man's next.
Yes.
Kicking off Phase 5, which is going to be bonkers, and it's going to have all manner of Kangs and the rest of it. So I think that's going to be a different tone, and I think things are going to ramp up as we go towards Avengers. Was it 4 and 5, was it?
Yeah.
So, I mean, for me, I agree, Dan. A good ending to what is a very sad story. I think it's a very good ending to a very confused Phase 4. But as I say, one of my favourites of the saga, I think.
Yeah, I think, we've had our theories around Phase 4, and we've talked about Wong and how he sort of interweaves in and out. That's not a spoiler, Wong's not in this. I don't know where he would have fitted in.
Timeline-wise, I don't either. The card's quite close to the chest, that one.
Yeah. What else? I mean, I just want to go on to the point of Chadwick Boseman. Kevin Feige said he wasn't keen to recast Chadwick Boseman, and if Ryan Coogler did or didn't, he's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't.
Yeah.
I think they made the right decision, personally.
I agree.
I think, it was. I think, my prediction at the start of, real life being portrayed in the form of a film, went quite well, and quite emotionally.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I think it was dealt with the right way. Didn't make light of the situation, and I think they handled it as best they could, given the situation.
I think my missus will be a blubbering mess when she finally sees it. She just wasn't emotionally prepared for it.
It's tough subject matter if you go into this film knowing the background and knowing what a great guy that actor was, in individual, no doubt. So yes, it's yes. Well, what we can say, listener, is you will need some tissues. I'm not talking because we're suffering from the cold, but yes, there will be some tears shared, and that's okay, and that's normal. and it's powerful subject matter, but that's okay too, and I think they handled it very well.
Yeah. Overall thoughts. Try to keep it spoiler free. The more I see the Dora Milaje, the more I want them in the MCU.
Oh, nice.
I mean, they were very sassy, very on point. I think we were talking about this on our way out of the cinema. Weren't so keen on their costumes in the final third.
No, we'll give a breakdown exactly why in the next episode, but yes, leave that to be decided.
And Winston Duke, phenomenal.
Yes.
Brings a little bit of light humour, say, in a film that's quite heavy with emotional subject matter.
It's a very serious film, actually, Dan, isn't it? There's not an awful lot. There are some funny bits, but it's quite a serious film. I think it's one of the most serious of the MCU yet. I guess besides Moon Knight was quite dark. This is quite dark as well, I think, in terms of the MCU lineup. I can't think of anything else that compare really in terms of tone.
No.
There's a lot of them.
No, it's quite a lot to take in, I think.
Yeah.
It's going to take a lot to digest and get our final thoughts down for the big preview.
Indeed.
Well, big review, should I say, not big preview.
Which then leads us on to our next episode. So yes, we'll be doing the review of the film. That will be spoilerific, but of course we'll dust off the old klaxon and we'll give you plenty of notice. There's still time, of course, so if you want to get involved, then we do have some very splendid many ways of getting in contact with us and participating with your views and opinions.
Yes.
Dan, do you want to kick us off?
Indeed. So we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and TikTok at On The Topic Pod, and we've got Gmail, which is onthetopic@gmail.com. And if you follow any of those socials, there's usually a link in most of, if not all of our posts, where you can go through to Anchor and leave us a voice message.
What'd you call me?
I said Anchor. I didn't,
Okay.
Yeah. And Alex, we've also got WordPress, and our YouTube channel is just slowly rolling stuff out.
Yes, on topicpodcast.wordpress.com. On there is all of our lovely back catalogue, our newsletter, and everything else on there. And yes, YouTube, so our Throwback Thursdays, we're going back all the way back from number 1, and we're slowly but surely every week adding to the back catalogue. So there's absolutely no excuse to miss out on any of our episodes, or perhaps not listen to any of our back catalogue. So wherever you prefer to listen to us, go give us a listen, and get in contact to let us know your thoughts and opinions. And if you have actually an episode that you want us to cover or to get involved in, then by all means, some of our most favourite episodes, Dan, I guess, have been due to the listeners' requests. Conspiracy theories, Mandela effect, and yes, we've got some more actually, haven't we, Dan? We've got some more that people might want to get involved in.
We'll squeeze them in.
We're going to have our Christmas episode, I guess, in the next couple of weeks. We're going to be recording.
We've been challenged to review some crappy Christmas films. I don't know if we'll get through them all. Maybe we should just choose one, settle on it, and do a review of that.
Maybe just do a vote. Get in contact, guys. Let us know what you're.
The other one I'm quite keen to review on is Violent Christmas.
Violent Santa, isn't it?
Violent Santa, something like that. It's got David Harbour in it as a bit of a badass Santa.
Yeah, it's cracking heads and there's lots of blood.
Violent Night, that's it.
Alright, yes. Looks very good.
It does.
And then we're going to have our Christmas Day speech.
Oh.
Before then, looking at our most anticipated 23.
Oh, it's going to be a good one.
It always comes around every year and it's...
Cheers, flown by.
Great to look forward to. But there you go, Dan.
That's it.
It is.
Stay tuned. It's coming. Like, subscribe, listen, and get notified when the next episode drops.
There we go. For another week, I'm going to go and get some Lemsip. I'm Alex.
And I'm going to go suck on the Strepsil. I've been Dan.
I will see you next time.